Hello everyone, this is Dr. Michael Fleischer with Team Total Freedom Now and TFN Productions, and we're putting more of the pieces together for the Team Total Freedom Now team. And today we're talking about placing anchor text or the name of your website in the resource box of your Ezine articles. Ezine articles doesn't make it particularly easy to get that done because they don't want people leaving their site by clicking on your links to your website or some anchor text. But I do want to show you how it's done because it's very straightforward. This is how you place, this is the exact HTML code you will need to place your website in the resource box. And it's pretty obvious you're creating a target and you have to have something pointing at that target. If you're going to copy, my suggestion is that you copy this code onto a notepad and always have it in a file somewhere so you can simply copy that code. I will show you how that works in real time. You can copy that code right off of the notepad and put it right inside your resource box. This is what it will look like when people actually read your resource box. If you have a website pointing at your website in this case, your website will show up just like this, as it should in the resource box. In other words, your own website has become the target, and you have a website, in this case, your website, pointing directly at the target, which is also your website. So this will become a little more clear now when we talk about anchor text. Now, this is how you actually place anchor text in your resource box. The same HTML code is used. In this case, you target the keywords. So as you notice, the code is the same. Your website is pointing at, that's between the quotation marks that you see, your website is now pointing at the keywords. It's pointing at the keywords you've chosen to hyperlink. When someone actually clicks on that, they will see this. They will see Level 1 blogging platform in this example becomes the anchor text hyperlinked to the website that you have pointing at it as a target. And this is exactly how it looks in your resource box when people read your resource box. This is how it should look. Now we're going to go to real time and actually see how that gets done. All right, everyone. Hi, Dr. Michael here. I wanted to show you in real time how this works. I've shown you some slides that will help you place your anchor text and your website into the resource box of your Ezine articles. As you can see here, if I point out, we are in Ezine articles right now. What I want to do now is actually go to the resource box area here for you. So let's go ahead and click on one of this is an article I have to actually redo, so I'm going to go straight to the resource box here so I can actually show you how this is done. So here is the resource box, and you'll notice I have both anchor text in here and I have a website in here. This is exactly how you want it to show up in your resource box. Very clean, very succinct, and behind these links, of course, are the websites that you want your people who are reading these to go to. So if I were to click on Level 1 blogging platform, this is commonly known as anchor text. It is hyperlinked and it would shoot right to the website, in fact, that I wanted it to go to. Same thing for my website. If someone actually visited the website, it should be hyperlinked correctly. Let's go to the resource box and in real time show you how this works. Now, you already know the code. I've showed you that code if you wanted to write it down. Be very careful about the spaces. So here you'll see in the code, here's the code, the entire code is right here. You'll see the arrow, the letter A, then a space, then the word target equals quotation marks underscored the word new, and then quotation marks, and then href equals, and therefore. So here's what I want to show you. If you want to point towards your website, then you have to place your website right here between this arrow you see here, this arrow, and this arrow. So you take the code as I mentioned, copy it into your notepad, and from notepad paste it, copy it, and then paste it, the code right here. So what I'm going to show you, so let's say I wanted teamtotalfreedomnow.com, that website, to show up in my resource box. That becomes the target. That's why you see this word target here. okay? We want this website, the actual website itself, to be pointing at the very specific website text that I will have in the resource box. This is the text, www.teamtotalfreedomnow.com, and this is actually the website behind that text. That's the way to understand it best. This is the website behind that text. So if I have this website pointing at this text right here, represented by www.teamtotalfreedomnow.com. You don't need the HTTP in what's showing up in the resource box. You do, however, need the HTTP right here when you're typing your website and pointing it towards that target group, that target text right here. Okay, same thing is true. Let's move to anchor text now. So actually, before we do that, let me just show you how that works then. So if you have your website pointing at, in this case, the text which represents your website, it ends up looking like this, as it should. So when someone mouses over it, this is what they see. Now let's talk about the anchor text. Let's go to the anchor text. If we want your website, to point at the actual text, you need to take that text right here, there it is right here, place it between those arrows like I mentioned earlier. You've already copied the code in there, so this arrow and this arrow, between those two arrows is where you want this actual text, okay, the keywords that you want to be pointing at. And what do we want pointing at those keywords? The hyperlink. This is it right here. The website that you choose to have people visit when they click on that anchor text. So let's again review. That's the anchor text. If someone clicks on there, they will have a website behind that anchor text. I hope this is made clear. Now let's do this. Let's show you in real time what this actually looks like. I'm going to mess with this now. Hopefully it'll go just as expected. If I had no code in there, let's say prior to the code, okay? Let's take the code out. Actually, I have to be very careful in doing this. If I were to take this code out, this is the entire code right here that I would have to take out, okay? I'm just going to copy it so I can put it back in there when I need it. But I want to show you what you'll be reading before you do any of this. So I'm going to take that code out for now. Let's see, how would I do that? I'll take the code out. Since I've already out, I'll just do it this way. Take the code out. Okay. I'm going to type in the text, level 1 blogging network, because that's the actual text that I wanted in there. Okay, so it would read, get the essential guide on how to SEO optimize your WordPress blog and more on the level 1 blogging network now by visiting. That's the second part of it. But now we want this text right here. We want this text to be pointed at. So I'm going to take that code that I just copied from my notepad, as I mentioned earlier, and paste it right before that level 1 blogging network. Here's the level 1 blogging network, but I want it right here between these arrows. You see? I want it between these arrows right here. So typically, the code would not already have the text in there, and what I would do, I would take this, what I've written out of here, which would be this text here, I'd cut it out of there, because I don't want it there, I want it between the arrows. So I'll place it right here. So I cut and then paste it right between those arrows, and there it is. The code is already in place. All you've done is taken this anchor text, the keywords that you wanted, and placed them properly between these arrows that I've shown you, right here and right here. And now you have your website pointing at that text, just like this, just like you see here, just like you did earlier, but this time we're working with anchor text. The result, let me show you what the result is. You have then exactly what you should be having as a link or a website behind the text, behind the anchor text, that you've decided you want people to click on inside your resource box. I hope that this is really helpful for all of you. I want to thank all of you for being part of the Total Freedom Now blogging network. If any of you are seeing this for the first time, you can go to teamtotalfreedomnow.com, of course, and visit and join with us in our affiliate blogging network called the Level 1 Network. If you'd like to contact me directly, you can certainly get in touch with me through my blogging platform, through my website here, as you see on the video. Thanks so much for visiting with me today. Take care, everyone.